statues in front of us, like these two statues. So they are considered as the guardian of the temple. Trinity, and Trinity consists of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So that is why we have three different temples. We do the we do grow the same rice in the eastern part of Bali like this, but mostly the rice, I mean this. Well, I've left Bali and I've made it to Flores Island, and I'm staying at a relatively new place. This is part of the Indonesian eco lodges setting, I guess. They've got 4 lodges around Indonesia, 2 here in Flores, 1 in Sumatra, and 1 in Kalimantan, which is part of Borneo. So I am at Mubeli Mountain Eco Lodge, and they have 9 A-frame cottages that you can rent, and I'm quite high up in the mountain. I wasn't prepared exactly how high up we are and how windy the road was to get here, but the room is looking really good. And what's really nice is when we get out to the balcony, I've got a view of Komodo Island. So this is the A-frame, complete with a bathroom. I've got a nice little canopy bed, complete with a headless monkey, it looks like, sitting on the bed. Nice and bright windows out on the balcony. And I'll see if I can point Komodo out. It's hard for me to see on the screen. See if this works. It's over there is where Komodo is. So it's raining because we are on the side of a mountain. But I can already hear birds, and they said actually just sitting on the balcony during the daytime is a good birding spot, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so this is the place. This is where I'm going to be spending the next 3 nights. And it looks like it's a pretty good place to be so far. So I'm all packed up here at Mubeli Mountain Eco Lodge on Flores Island in Indonesia. and I'm about to head out on kind of an odyssey. I'm heading to Darwin, Australia, and one of the reasons I had originally decided to take Darwin is only a 3-hour flight from Bali, so it seemed like a pretty easy way to get to Australia from here. Well, my flight got canceled, and it took me a while to figure out why my flight got canceled. And it got canceled because Darwin Airport is under construction, so they're not accepting any international flights anymore. They're only taking domestic, so I had to fly into somewhere else in Australia and then fly to Darwin. Well, Darwin's the only large city in the north of Australia. So I'm actually flying down to Melbourne, which is one of the most southernmost cities in Australia. And then I'm continuing on there to Darwin. And I got a 5-hour layover in Bali. I've got a 6-hour layover in Melbourne. So I'm probably going to be really exhausted by the time I get into Darwin. I think overall it's going to take over 24 hours in order for me to complete this. But I'm done here at the lodge. It was a pretty good stay. Really nice grounds, even though it's on the side of a mountain, so they're fairly steep. So a lot of birds, which was really cool, and some of them are really bright, which was nice. So I'm all packed now, going to go have some lunch, and then the first stop is going to be getting here from the lodge to Komodo Airport, which is about a 50-minute drive away, and then moving my first flight from Flores I to Bali. So let's see how things go. And then getting yelled at by a bird over here. So right now I am in Australia, and I'm in the Northern Territories, or what they refer to as the top end, in a place called Fog Dam. It is a huge wetland area. I'm surrounded by lotus flowers, which is really pretty, but it is dry. It is crazy dry. Over here, a lot of the water is all dried up, and there's signs everywhere, don't go too close to certain parts because of saltwater crocodiles, but there's no way there's going to be crocodiles because there's no water for them. So this is my second full day here. I spent the first day in Darwin, just kind of explored it. It's not a very big city, and it was on a weekend, and everything was closed. It was really kind of bizarre. But we'll see what's happening. On my way here, I drove through some pretty big burn areas, and even when we were flying in over the top end, you could see fires, just fires everywhere from the window of the plane, which is, I guess, very similar to what happens to Canada in the summer. But it is technically the start of their wet season, but there's been nothing. It's just been bone dry, and in fact today they've issued an extreme heat warning, and it is hot and humid out here. So next I'm going to head a little further, I guess further into the outback, and I'm gonna see if I can find some jumping crocodiles.
Let me sit on this tree. What's wrong? There's any kids on the boat? Any distractions? You're really never like this, bud. Is that true? Really? Hang on. Yeah, all over it, mate. Hang on. See ya. Alright, let's do it. Now that will work. Smoother than head goes higher and come, or very good for your tail. Oh, crack today too. Anytime you get more than their back legs out of the water, it's a ripper start. Come on, a little bit wider, mate. Yeah, move his stake on this jump. He's done his work. Hey, not yet. You'll do it on the jump. Up you go, up. Done? Not wasting enough time on me, mate. He wants to be lazy, we can plan. Yeah, different colour. Blonde, grey, black and brown are the colours you'll see out here. Pink ones, only comes coming up. No, lefty. Up on the bank. Wow. So you're welcome to come right up to the front, Jig. You guys see that? It's the first time I've seen a crocodile nearly roll on his back. And as that croc starts moving to that bird, people laughing, crying, cheering, mixed emotions. Yeah, you can see that one. What is it?
Well, this here's my last day in the top end, and I am flying out this afternoon. And we've got a couple parrots, no bird eaters, attacking a kite. I decided to come to a place called Lee Point. There's a seabird sanctuary here, so I'm going to walk down there, see what it's all about. But this is also day number 2 of extreme heat. It's about 35 degrees. It is like standing in an oven. It is unbelievable. The beach is obviously deserted because jellyfish, crocodiles, and 35 degrees, no one's coming out to the beach.